My name is Pebbles Shanley. I am from Dallas, Texas, actually a small town south of Dallas, Texas called Lancaster. I went to the University of North Texas and thought I was going to be a musician when I started this journey, and realized that I was probably better serving others. I went to the University of Texas Health Science Center at San Antonio and did my medical training there, and knew that I was going to do rural medicine and some type of urban underserved medicine as well. So when I started my interview process and I realized Alaska had a program, I was overjoyed to see all of the rural rotations that they had. So I came up in January as a Texan, worried that I wouldn't make it. And I was very nervous about the cold, and in Anchorage was very surprised that it was very temperate. It was 20 and not negative 40. And so it was definitely doable. I hung out with the residents at the resident dinner and got to know one of the most kind resident who spoke with my husband for like 3 hours. Didn't even talk to me, but spoke to my partner for 3 hours. And I knew that that was the match for me, was to come here to Alaska. As a resident, the biggest monumental experience that most of our residents have is to go on their rural rotation, their second year, for 6 weeks. And this is where they can go to Bethel or Dillingham, Alaska. And these are locations of critical access hospitals. So when I went to Dillingham, Alaska, they hosted me there. I got to live on the campus. The schedule there is really intense, but also very fun. And I felt very supported by the faculty there. As a graduate of our program, you have many opportunities and you're highly sought after because of the experiences that you've had at Dillingham, Bethel, or Juneau, or Dutch Harbor. And a lot of those employing faculty recognize the skill set that we offer. For me, I was very interested in going to several places, but because my family, we had to stay in Anchorage. And I've always loved doing educational teaching and mentorship. And so I was overjoyed when I was offered a junior faculty position out of residency. So staying on, learning about curriculum development and all of the ways that we teach here at the residency program was so much fun. So I certainly have stayed on now, and 4 years later, serve as Associate Program Director here at the residency program. Many of my roles are to advocate for the residents, to help find solutions to problems and curricular areas, as well as working with recruitment. And I'm just so excited to meet new faces that will serve our community in the future. I think the success of our program is completely dependent on our population and how wonderfully rich and diverse the population is. The ability to serve that community and our community here in Anchorage allows us to teach how to work with translators, how to be culturally humble, and how to be truly dedicated for social justices and social medicine. Our faculty are also an element that allows our program to be very successful. We have trained many residents who now are medical directors across the state and help direct how care is executed in Alaska. If it wasn't for this pipeline of doctors across Alaska, we wouldn't be able to have the robust rural programs that we have and rural rotations that we have to teach our residents currently. There are many different residents that come to our program, but I would say a common thread is that a lot of people are looking for an adventure or looking for a challenge. And so I think that our program provides both of those things, memories that you'll have for the rest of your life, serving wonderful people across the state, and being challenged to the umpteenth degree of all of the knowledge you've gained over 2-3 years. So it's quite an honor to do that. I'd say that my most favorite part about teaching residents at the program has to be with watching them transition from a brand new applicant into a very eager intern, and sometimes scared, which is fine too. And then progressing and maturing into a senior resident, and then to see them graduate and sign their first contract. Seeing that journey is just such an amazing honor.